This right here is crazy.
AyeQ!
This is what imagine him being in a hospital and the baby's coming out. Fellas, again, focus on yourself. That's what it is. What up, YouTube? Back with another reaction, and today we're going to do a reaction to a Pop the Balloon catch up. So this is Jason and Candy, and this is a virtual catch up. I think I did a reaction to this match actually. Let me look into that. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Everyone wants to know my secret. Where'd all the financial spreadsheets go? How did my business take off like a well-planned...
This question though was like what she been doing in her prime. Woman who's
photography on the side.
Okay. And now, what do you do?
So I am an HR professional. My background is in management, HRIS, and analytics.
Nice.
I am also a travel advisor, and I do photography on the side.
Okay, you're busy.
Busy.
29 going on 30. This is a woman who's looking for her husband. She's coming on this show to look for a husband. You could tell by the way she dressed. But you got a question though, is like what she been doing in her prime? Like why nobody saved her? You gotta ask yourself those questions, fellas. I guess you can't fool me, shorty.
Type of unintended consequences that might impute upon my personality or my actions or my behavior. But does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, I mean, my best friend is an Aquarius, so that should speak for something.
So it's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Okay, well then, with that being said, is it a yes for you for her?
An obviously very attractive individual, and she gave me absolutely no reason to pop, so that would be a yes for me.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, all right.
I like to make it. Y'all just waiting with bated breath. See what I'm gonna do. I know he's not gonna pop.
And now is it a yes for you for him?
So I did have a question,
Oh,
if I
okay.
may.
Go ahead.
If I may. I'd like to understand what your family dynamics are right now.
So I'm originally from Seattle. I now live in Virginia. My family all is my immediate family, anyway, is still in Seattle, and my parents have been married for over 40 years.
Okay.
And I have a very close relationship with my mother, with my father, with my nieces, who I'm very much hoping to embarrass while I'm on this on the show, with my brother, my sister, and so I think family is very important. It's sort of the foundation for I think what not just society but sort of our interpersonal relationships and how every year I've been
Okay. So then,
around myself with are very supportive.
Dude is the
One of their own.
she trying to make sure this dude is the right sucker. She trying to make sure how much of a sucker is he. Let me make sure this is the right sucker that I need right now to marry me. Because that's her intention. She trying to get some sucker out there to marry her.
There's a sort
Same.
of standoff.
He got a match!
Fellas, the signs are always right there. As a man, it's your job to pay attention to the signs and observe a woman. Everything about this chick, to me, says she's for the streets. But if you're a man who is oblivious, you might think, oh, she's a good woman. Okay. So I thought she was for the streets. Let's see what's going on with the recap then.
Well, let's go ahead and dive right into the juicy topic at hand that everyone is here just dying and waiting to know. Since you guys ended up matching, have you gone on a date?
Candy, you want to take it?
We've hung out a few times.
Oh, Okay. All right. Walk me through the first date. When was it? Where'd you go? What'd you do?
I was trying to make the first date right after the episode ended, and I
Yeah, he
knew
was.
Candy had a flight back to Charlotte, and I was doing everything in my power to get that flight moved. Let me tell you,
Candy,
because
Candy, why
I
would you
heard.
book your flight right after the show?
Thank you.
I had something to do. It was already planned. It wasn't on me.
Okay. So obviously it didn't happen right after the show. So when was the first date?
So I actually have some cases in North Carolina, and those are actually my next cases that are coming up for trial. And so I actually had already on my schedule to go to Asheville and Hendersonville for some depositions that I was taking the next week. So I told Candy about this, and I said, you know what? I'm going through North Carolina. Why don't we meet up in Charlotte and take you out and do a date? So we did it the week following the show.
Okay.
And in that interim, we were talking every day. We were communication was great. In constant communication throughout the day. So ended up going in Charlotte. We went to a museum and then out to dinner.
Okay. Nice. How was that first date for you, Candy?
I feel it went well. One of the questions that Jason asked me on the show is if I was high maintenance, and hopefully the first date showed that I wasn't. Like he mentioned, we went to a museum, got some food, got a drink. Super simple, but we talked for a very long time and got to know each other a little bit better. So I would say it went well.
Okay. So now after that, how was everything? How long were you in North Carolina? Did you guys hang out again while you were out there? Did you have to fly back? Like, what was the next steps after that?
I was there for a couple days. We only hung out that day, and then I was actually supposed to be back 2 weeks following that. So I think we had tentative plans to see each other again when I was coming back.
Okay.
And then again, we were talking every single day throughout the day until the next time that we could see each other. I ended up I think one of the cases.
Jeez, this man was putting in work. Like, why? 2 weeks? You met this chick on a dating show. You got up with her one time. Did you see where her mind is at? Did he try to smash? Look, fellas, I'm just gonna keep it real, man. These women are fun girls. They don't want to go on no boring date with you. They honestly want to do something that's fun. They trying to turn up. So when you come off all nice and trying to do things like a gentleman, it's gonna turn her off, man. I'm just keeping it real. I could tell she got a nose ring, bro. She's spicy. She trying to turn up. So once you start doing that nice guy shit, she's gonna put you in the friend zone, bro. Unless she needs a sucker at this time.
Settled, and so I didn't have to go to North Carolina. And because we had sort of established a nice rapport at this time, I said, well, why don't I fly you out here, put you up in a hotel, and we'll hang out for a weekend and have a good time. And that's exactly what we did.
Okay. And where?
What you mean put you up in a hotel? You saying that you booked a hotel just for her? Listen, man. I know you ain't did that, bro.
Are you again right now? You're in Virginia?
Virginia, yeah.
Virginia. Okay, okay. So, Candy, he flew you out to Virginia?
He did.
Okay. How was that? Tell me about it.
It was interesting.
Interesting good, interesting bad. What does that mean?
I feel like we got to know a little bit more about one another. But
Okay.
ultimately, I do feel like we had a good time.
All right. So how long were you out there?
For the weekend.
The weekend. Okay. So no, quick little weekend trip.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Jason, what'd you guys plan? How'd it go out there?
I thought we had an excellent time, and I was hoping to. I was trying to bring my A game for
Okay.
that weekend. So I'm not gonna. So I planned,
You were trying to bring your A game. Bro, where's your confidence at, fam? Just be yourself. Like, you ain't gotta try. Who is she? Yo, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy because these dudes be going above and beyond for a bird. It's crazy. And that's because he just don't know better. And that's why, fellas, bro, don't just be good at one thing in life, bro. Be diverse. Don't just be a nerd. Don't just go be a lawyer and just be super focused on one thing, because you're going to be slow when it comes to other shit. And most of y'all dudes be slow when it comes to women. It's sad, bro. This man said he was trying his best. That's crazy.
we went to dinners, lunches, museums, went out to some lounges, and then to a show.
Okay. So you're a planner. Like you planned everything pretty much.
I'm generally not a planner. I try to play. I try to do a little things a little spontaneously. But I knew because I was bringing her out and stuff, and I knew she appreciated planning, at least for this. I wanted her to turn off her brain and just have a good time. And I thought we had a very good time. Candy is just a pleasure to be with, a pleasure to be around. She was great company, and I thought we did get to know each other pretty well during that trip.
Good. Okay. So now after that trip, where are you guys now? Today, are we still getting to know each other? Are we still taking trips to see one another? How's that going?
Well,
look at her face, bro. Look at her face. She's disgusted because he's a nice guy. She's turned off. But she thinks that's what she wants. See, that's the thing about a bird, bro. A bird will reach a point in her life where the streets did a number on her. And she feels like, okay, I gotta try something new. And then she start thinking that she want a nice guy only to get around a nice guy and realize, I can't do this. And that's what this is, man. This is funny.
no.
Uh-oh. Why? The trip sounded like it went well.
I thought it did, but I got in my head a little bit, I think. And
okay.
The next day, I probably should have gave it a day or two to think and reflect on it more, because I don't know if I was being totally fair to Candy and in her favor. And given that I'm blocked now, I couldn't exactly communicate that to her. But I thought my expectation was, we were talking every day. There's a palpable tension that sort of builds when you're building a rapport with somebody. Mm-hmm. And I thought that.
Yo, nah. My man say tension that usually builds. Dog, you're not in the corporate world, fam. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like, see, these dudes' brains be like a system, be like a robot. It's like, they don't have any type of finesse about themselves. You know what I'm saying? They not witty. They just, everything's by the book. It's sad, bro. This is funny.
That was going to manifest itself in something where I could really feel some desire and affection for the things that I was doing. And I thought that I would be able to see that. I thought there would be a lot more connectedness. And what I felt during the trip was that I thought she was trying to create some distance between us. And I'm not accustomed to that, especially when, I, I thought I was acting pretty intentionally, and I thought I was investing in this, and so I thought that she might not be into me, the man. I thought she might be into the value, and I was concerned about that. In the back of my head was the record playing of the mailman and the security guy, what they did, and is this about my profession or um, is this about me? And I'm kind of guarded against that, and so uh, I got on the phone with her and said, I wanted to bring parity back to the situation, and I said, why don't we start from a place of friendship, and try to build off that, because I want you to be with somebody that you don't just like the value, you like the person himself. I want you to be head over heels for whoever you're talking to, and I know Candy's got some DMs now because I said she is this unbelievable combination of pretty, sexy, and cute all at the same time. I don't know how she pulls that off, but she really does. So, uh,
Look at her, bro. Validation, validation, validate me. Yo, nah, this is so crazy, bro. But it's real. And it's why I tell y'all dudes, bro, don't feed the birds, man. Stop trying. And in this guy's situation, his money can't save him. It don't matter if he's a doctor, lawyer, whoever. He is a trick. In women's eyes, he is a lame. His money can't save him. The only thing that could save him in this situation is to work on his personality, bro. But that personality is not going to make a woman pussy wet. I'm just keeping it real.
she knows it. So, but I thought it might be better. Maybe I'm moving ahead too full steam, and maybe I should take a step back, manage my expectations, and start from a place of friendship, and then go forward from there.
Okay. So the trip was great, but you felt like she wasn't all into you as a person?
That essentially, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't feel like I'm very big on needing to feel desired. I didn't really feel that. I mean, I get around Candy and I'm like, man, I want to be as close to you as possible at all times as possible. She has that energy that sort of brings you in, and I got lulled into that. Now you see the face, I got lulled into that, and so and I was hoping that would be reciprocated to some degree. I've certainly, in my past, I've had things move pretty quickly. If anybody's done online dating knows, you're talking for like a week, and then by the time you meet, it's like, wow, you feel sparks.
Like, and you feel like you already know each other.
Exactly. Okay. And I wanted to feel sparks, and I know I felt the sparks, but I didn't know that if she was feeling the sparks. So I said, okay, let me cool down here a bit. Why don't we start from a place of friendship and go from there?
Okay, Candy, let's hear from you.
Well, first, I think the planning was amazing. The things that he planned for us to do were definitely spot on with the things that I enjoy and my interests. So I definitely appreciate that. But like you said, I do feel, things were probably moving at our paces were different. For me, I've been in a long-term relationship. I've been hurt before. I am very conscious and aware of things that are important. And for me, if I want to be serious with somebody, I don't move at a pace that's fast. I do believe.
Shorty, knock it off, man. This shit is crazy. Listen, man. Yo, these birds are so devious, bro, because the reality is this. Everything that she's saying is all cap. Because he flew you out. If you don't move fast, why would you allow a man to fly you out? Like, for real. Listen, fellas, If you fly a woman out, just know that she's used to getting flued out. Understand that. Understand that you're not the first. And this is what she does. Facts.
Friendship should come first. Friendship is the foundation. So for me, it was, let's build a friendship. Let's get to know one another. And then let's see where we can go from there. So I do feel like we probably were different as far as Jason kind of jumping in. I don't feel like I jumped in with him when it comes to that, but that didn't mean that I maybe wouldn't have gotten there eventually. So I do feel like, us establishing let's be friends first was the right direction to go in.
Okay. But is he, like he stated, he feel like you were more so interested in what he can bring than him himself? Is there truth to that?
Not at all. Not at all. First, I didn't ask to come and be flown out. That was something that was offered to me. I did offer to drive, but ultimately, that was something that was offered to me. So it was never, and it's never been in any of my situations about what somebody can give to me. Again, the question was asked, am I high maintenance, materialistic, however you want to phrase it? And I said no, and I meant that. So in getting to know somebody, there are certain expectations that I don't have. But I do appreciate the things that Jason did as far as dinner and us going out and things like that. It's most appreciated. But it's not something that I necessarily expected. So I'm here to get to know somebody for who they are, not for what I feel like I can get out of the situation as far as materialistic, financially, money, that type of thing. That's not who I am. So
Okay. So I know you said,
Nah, this is crazy. Look, fellas, at this point, man, a lot of y'all, to be honest with you, owe me an apology, fam. Because a lot of people be in the comments, AQ, you hate women. AQ, who hurt you? All that stupid dumb shit. I'm a man who speaks from experience. I'm not out here guessing when it comes to these birds. I dealt with them. I know how they come. That's why I could spot a bird a mile away. It's not by guess. I didn't read a book. It's by experience. So I knew this chick was a bird from the jump. I knew it. And she just proved it, man. She lined this dude up from the jump. I think he said he was a lawyer or some shit like that. Come on, bro.
said, when you're getting to know someone, building a friendship is like the main thing first. So before you went out there on this trip, was that something that was discussed between the two of you? Like, hey, this is just simply us being friends. We're not going to try to even do this with a romantic route. Like, was that a discussion, or was that something you thought he just knew?
that's a great question. As much as we spoke, I don't know that we established that verbatim.
Okay.
For me, it was understood. That's how I felt. Um, and that's not to say that we couldn't have risen to other levels, but initially, that's how I would be with anybody. So maybe, we maybe should have had a conversation more so about that at the beginning, and maybe Jason wouldn't feel the way that he felt, but yeah, we are where we are.
Okay.
Damn, this chick is grimy though, bro. She's gonna eat your food, spend your money, don't give you no pussy, then laugh in your face. She's gonna call you a goofy. I mean, She's saying that, I mean, I thought it was understood. Come on, man. Shorty, if a man is flying you out, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. But she figured, man, this dude is a goofy. I could go out there, eat for free, and have a good time. And then come back to wherever she's from and smash whoever she's smashing. While your ass is out there treating this chick for no reason. Goofy shit, man. Goofy shit, bro.
Okay. So when you guys were having like these conversations, talking to each other, prior to you coming out there, even when you guys went on your first date, all that stuff, was it like on a friendly vibe or were you guys flirting? Like, how was it? To where now you guys are both like, oh, we're on two different paths. We didn't know, like, we weren't seeing eye to eye on where this was going.
Oh, I'm flirting.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you're flirting, but she giving it back, or it was always just you?
Candy's so sweet that maybe sometimes it's hard to distinguish between what she's giving off as friendship vibes and what is coming off as flirty vibes. But
It's part of the game. All hoes are trained to be friendly with suckers. If you go to a club and the bottle girl is mad friendly with you, it's not because she likes you, she wants you to spend money. But a sucker will always think, man, this chick probably like me. But you're not paying attention to her profession. She is working, bro. Any woman who always got a smile like that, I'm telling you, bro, she's not friendly. She's working. It's her nature. A hoe is supposed to smile at suckers. That's how she get them. It's crazy.
Okay.
and I think our own brains want to interpret it the way we want to perceive it,
Mm.
and the way we hope that's being perceived. So, I think actually I'm being a little facetious. I think it was a healthy combination of both. It's exactly the type of communication I think you want when you're really getting to know somebody. It's this combination of we're getting to know each other, we're learning about each other, there's flirtation there. And so that was my perception of our communication.
Okay. So what led to you being blocked? You mentioned
I
you're
did not
blocked
block
now.
you.
Girl, I can show you. I can show you my text message right now because I texted you the next day. Are you mad at me? Because I saw that you unfollowed me. I saw that I was blocked on WhatsApp, text messages, and I was removed from the group chat. Now, I actually respected that level of pettiness because I was like, that is funny. That is funny. I saw Candy has removed you from the group chat. I was like, all right,
Oh.
I respect that level of pettiness.
Fellas, never let a woman see you butt hurt, bro. You're giving her energy when you're doing that. That's exactly what she wants. So by him being all emotional about it, she's laughing on the inside. Trust me.
Candy,
And
what happened? How did we get to this?
So from the conversation that we had, we were discussing a group trip. And from what Jason shared with me, I felt as if he would not be interested in being in the group trip. So there's no need to be a
Okay.
part of the group chat, which is what we talk about. So that is why he was removed. But I don't have an issue with you. You're not blocked. You can text me right now. You're not blocked.
all right.
So you said you texted her, "Are you mad at me?"
Maybe I'm telling tales out of school. I won't go too far into how I ascertained whether or not I was blocked or not. It did appear from my perception that I was blocked across multiple platforms, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe something happened. You know how these phones be sometimes, or how the
I don't know. My phone always works.
so
you
try to start.
y'all got to tell me because my phone always works.
Right.
So did you not get a reply when you sent a text? Is that what happened?
I got the little exclamation mark, like it won't go through. And then you guys reached out about doing this, and I wanted to I wanted to kind of clear the air with her, so I tried to send a message on Instagram, and that didn't go through. So I was like, okay, but maybe multiple platforms went down at the same time immediately following that conversation.
Candy, let me find out you just unblocked him because of this. Is that what happened?
Oh God.
Is that what happened, Candy?
Trouble when this call ends.
Because we're trying to know. He said he was blocked. He sent you a few messages that didn't go through. Did you just recently unblock him?
No, you're not blocked. I don't know if it's your service. I don't know, but you're not blocked. I don't
Okay.
have a
So
reason.
what was the last conversation you guys had then?
That conversation I described the day after she left, where I had indicated that maybe we should start from a place of friendship.
Okay.
And we left it at that. And I feel like during that conversation, I did not give her a fair hearing. And I thought that was why perhaps there was the reaction there was the day before, because she actually caught me off guard during that conversation. Candy cut me off if you don't want me to talk about any of this, but she had indicated, so are you making the decision for us? And that gave me pause because I had to think about it, and I was just really, I can be quite decisive, and I don't want to make the decision for two people, but I don't know any other way other than to express how I feel, and then if how I feel is going to lead to an incongruity between how we think we should go forward, then I suppose it's me making the decision. But I was kind of at a loss, and actually reflected on that in the days following that, and I was like, maybe we're just different. Maybe I didn't take the time to get to know her enough in this particular way to truly understand where she was coming from. And I said during what did I jump the gun here a little bit? So I do apologize to Candy to the extent that I did for say that would be a reasonable reaction, especially if reasonable. Not saying you did. For that, and to the extent that she did block me, not saying you did, I would say that would be a reasonable reaction, especially if your perception of how things went was different from mine from that conversation. So I appreciate the fact that I'm unblocked or never was, depending on how we look at it. And yes, internet, I know I'm talking too much.
You're fine, Jason. Okay. So, you guys decided, or Jason, you said, we're going to be friends, and that was it? Never again spoke again after that?
Correct.
But why? If you're going to be friends, shouldn't the conversation continue?
Well, that's what I thought. But I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, let's hear from Candy. Candy, let's hear from you.
So initially I felt that we had a good time throughout the weekend, and I could understand that we were moving at different paces.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel, and it's something that I brought up to Jason, I'm very transparent. I felt as if the fact that he brought me out, had a good time, the fact that I did not engage in certain activities, that he decided, okay, let's just be friends. So
Okay.
that was something for me. I am not that type of girl, and he shared with me that he felt as if one of his concerns was that I was too wholesome. To each his own. That's how you feel. But I am a woman of standard, and I make decisions that are best for me. And so in the conversation that we had, I expressed that.
This is just nasty work, bro. The nerve of this bird, bro. This chick just said she's a woman with standards, but you had this man fly you out to take you on dates, to spend his money, but you got standards. But you're not that type of girl. It's like, stop it, man. Just stop with the lies. Stop with the nonsense, man. This is crazy.
And ultimately, that's why I initially felt that's why he said what he said and made the decision that he made for us. The conversation wasn't necessarily about how I feel. It was, I've thought about this and this is what it is. So yeah, that's kind of how it went. And feeling the way that I felt, I didn't know if this was a friendship that I could engage in or continue. From my perspective of things. So yeah, we haven't really had a conversation since then, but I don't have an issue. I don't have an issue.
Look, we gonna stop this right here, man. If this brother is smart, he will leave this woman alone. Because she got him exactly where she want him. He's chasing her like a little sucker, like a little simp, not knowing she's playing him. Fellas, if you meet a woman and she's like, yo, we should take it slow, but I do want you, that's a woman who's just trying to use you. And that's just the bottom line. I mean, the signs are right there. The signs were there from the jump. Fellas, be wise out here, bro. Pay attention to the signs. And don't be a sucker for love. I'm out.